1 year ago in 2020, I lost a very dear person to me to COVID-19. This was one of my archangels on earth, a very special person to me since high school. I blocked his death out of my head, and I have not begun to mourn him. But today, in his honor, I will be getting a tattoo in hope that that also will help me begin the healing process to accepting the fact that he's gone. And so from this point on, at least I know that even though he is still here in spirit, personally, I will always carry him by my side for as long as I live. And so this is in honor of his memory.
The coronavirus takes the life of a Franciscan friar and deacon. Brother John Sebastian Laird Hammond is the first reported death from the virus here in the nation's capital. Correspondent Mark Irons joins us now with more. Mark?
And Brother John Sebastian Laird Hammond was 59 years old. He was not living in the monastery when he contracted COVID-19. He moved out last year in preparation for a new assignment. He suffered from chronic leukemia for decades and died in a DC hospital Friday.
To honor Brother Sebastian's memory, I wanted to get a tattoo of Saint Sebastian. For something like this, I knew I wanted a super talented artist, so I chose Miami-based tattoo artist Elias Trica. Saint Sebastian was a Roman soldier during the reign of Emperor Diocletian. This was a time of heavy persecution against Christians. Saint Sebastian was himself a Christian, however, he kept this as a secret from the empire. The story goes that when the emperor found out that Sebastian was a Christian, he ordered him tied to a tree and shot to death with arrows. That is how Saint Sebastian is normally portrayed, in agony with arrows piercing him. However, I wanted him as an angel with wings in full armor, showing that nothing earthly could ever hurt him again. Elias went over image after image and finally came up with this beautiful piece of Sebastian rising to heaven from his earthly demise. Once everything was finalized, then it was time to prep. Elias is originally from Venezuela, but he currently lives in Miami, and at 23 years of age, he's already one of the hottest ink artists in that region. But more importantly, he's also very humble, and he has not let any of his talent get to his head.
Molesta. Así no es cómodo.
I was a sophomore in college, and one particular week I was inundated with work. I had papers and midterms due, and I had no idea how I was going to make it. Miraculously, I ended up acing everything. In my excitement, I called Brother Sebastian and told him, and he said, "You better get your butt to church on Sunday to thank God." I have not stopped going to church since. One of my proudest moments of last year was finishing the Bible in its entirety for the first time ever. It's something I never got a chance to tell Brother Sebastian. A tattoo like this is usually done in 2 sittings, but since Elias had to return back to Miami, we had to get it done in one night. After 10 hours, Saint Sebastian was finally done.
Gracias. De nada, bonito.
So brother, can you believe I started working here 20 years ago?
Well, I'll tell you, yes I do, because that's when I picked you up from the juvenile delinquency place, and they begged me to try to work a miracle with you. It took 16 exorcisms and, bathing in holy water every time I saw you.
This is Brother Sebastian. This is
Are we on film together?
Yeah, I'm trying to.
Are you sure you want me and you together on the film?
So this is Brother Sebastian. I started working for him 21 years ago when I was in high school. And so Brother Sebastian was my boss.
I'm still your boss.
He's still my boss. But I love him to death.